When I look at this thing, it is hard not to say that's the coolest car I've ever seen. Oh, that's the top. What's up, it is Casey from Casey's Customs. This video, we're gonna try and get my Rat Rod Porsche running for the first time in 2 years. Then we're gonna do a giveaway on it, and I kind of run from the cops. Let's get to the footage. It is time to get the Rat Rod Porsche out again. This poor thing has been sitting for a year, maybe 2 years, and it is just covered in dirt. It needs freshened up, it needs cleaned, it needs driven, all that fun stuff. I have a giveaway that is going live on this right now as this video is being posted. And there's other videos on this build on YouTube, but I haven't had one on here in a while, and I'd like to kind of just freshen things up. Also, I think it has bad gas. I think the brake needs bled, just stuff like that. So we're gonna do some maintenance while also introducing the build to anybody that hasn't seen this build before, and then we're gonna give it away to somebody. So let's get started. So let's make an introduction. This is my Rat Rod Porsche. It is actually not a real Porsche. It is a fiberglass racing body. This was made by a company called Panzer, and they made them from 1985 to 1986. They made less than 50 bodies, and then Porsche sued the living shit out of them because whenever you do a kit car or a fiberglass remake, you are not allowed to make it one-to-one with an actual car. That's why, like, whenever you see a Lamborghini kit car, they're like a little bit longer or a little bit shorter or just a little bit different. This one is not. I have used factory parts, factory windshield, everything fits perfect because they didn't change the mold at all, and this got them sued into oblivion. So I've heard less than 50. Somebody told me it was more like 20 bodies. I don't know. I can't tell you. But what had happened then, they sold all their molds and the rest of the bodies to Bremer Racing, I think is how you say that, and they used them on their racetrack. What they would do is they basically cut a quarter panel off anytime they wrecked, and they would put one of these back on there or a front clip or anything they needed. So they basically just used them for all racing parts. So I got the body from a storage facility out by Cameron, Missouri. It had been in storage for over 20 years, and I think they closed the storage facility down, and so they just didn't have anywhere to put it. I got it real cheap. Usually kit cars, they just bolt up to a Volkswagen pan, so that's what I thought. Then we started measuring stuff. We realized it does go on a Volkswagen pan, but it has to be heavily modified. I believe we took, it was 2 inches shorter, the Porsche was, than a Volkswagen, but you couldn't just take 2 inches out of the wheelbase. You had to take one out of the rear section and then one out of the front. I can't remember exactly, but I do have a video on it somewhere, and you'll kind of see me building the pan up. We also put like a roll cage in it. It's definitely not spec. It's shit I just welded together, but it's such a light car. I can still pick this thing up even with the pan. It's just, it weighs nothing. So I wanted something in there, even for just cruising around, you know, the block and goofing off. I did put a 57 Chevy truck dash in it. Still needs painted. Gauges and everything all work. I believe the lights, tail lights, all that work. It is a 4-cylinder, 1600 Volkswagen air-cooled motor that ran perfect. It was actually low miles. And then sure enough, I put a ginormous turbo on it for really no reason at all because it was running good before. But a 930 Porsche was a turbocharged 911 essentially. So I wanted to have a turbo, but in reality, if you took that turbo off, you'd have a running and driving car. You'd basically be done. Brakes are all new. Everything is cool. But yeah, you know, whatever. Excess is fun. Also, I had always planned on upgrading everything on this, and then I just got busier and busier. The shop has gotten bigger, YouTube has gotten bigger, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And so this thing is just kind of sat. You could technically get in it and go the way it is, or you could upset grade some stuff and really have just the coolest car on the planet. I thought about doing airbags. I thought about doing all kinds of stuff. Just like a real Porsche, gas tank in the front. You can't really see it really good in here. I'm gonna try and get it outside here in a little bit. First thing we need to do though, is try and fire this bad boy up. The last modification I did was I went to a bigger carburetor setup because the single I had on there was just not giving it enough gas to the turbo. The turbo is way too big. It needs a turbo a third that size to run properly, so you're kind of just fighting it constantly. But I'm gonna see what we can do, see if we can't get it fired up, and hopefully take it around the block a couple times before we do this giveaway. I don't know where to start. Let's start on the motor, fuck it. All right, let's see what happens. We might have some really bad gas. turn up the pressure in my fuel pump too. Hopefully we can just get it running and get rid of some of that shit. It's not idling, but it's running good. Dead battery, wah, wah, wah. Check it out, I got her moved over. Holy shit. It looks so much cooler over here. You can actually see it. I'm gonna get it running. I had it running earlier. Did not have the camera on, which was really dumb and very stupid. I cannot make fun of my dad about it anymore. So anyways, I got these two moved over. If anybody's been watching any of the videos with the 57 Chevy, it keeps having problems, and I think I figured it out. The poor thing is just mad at me because I've never washed off this barn dust. So I'm going to wash both of these, but let's throw a battery in it and hear it putt a couple more times. I think I know what's going on. I think we're fighting. Not only is our turbo entirely too big and our carburetor isn't the right carburetor, I think I got bad gas in it. Because it just it's running, it just doesn't love it. You can tell something's off. I'm gonna keep tweaking it, and I think we'll take her outside. Try and burn some of this damn gas out. Good news, bad news. Good news, it's running a lot better. Bad news, the gas is shit. I had it idling too high. I think I got that fixed too. Let's check. All right, I'm gonna take baby steps. Make sure I can move it back and forward because we do not want to wreck anything. We've done that before, and it's not fun. I can't remember where reverse is. I think it's there. Is very, very bad. Oh, I'm annoyed. It's running. It technically drove. I'm gonna go ahead and wash it and then we'll try again. I'm gonna move the 57 so we can actually drive it though, but ugh. Oof. Damn, she looks good. I love this little thing. The gas is absolutely horrible. You can smell it. I've been running it quite a bit off camera and it just reeks. But I still want to see if I can't take it for a little drive, maybe just up and down the block. But also got this one cleaned up. All the barn dust is finally off it. First time in a year. Man, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of it. It's pretty fucking cool. Also, it has been outside for 20 minutes washing it. I've had 3 people stop by, ask questions. Oof. All right, let's see if we can't get it started and running on some really bad gas. All right, let's see what happens. So I don't know how much this drive's gonna work, but we're gonna see what happens. run so good. We need to get the fuck out of here though. Okay, so it was running really good. I got a little too cocky and took it out on the street. This thing, you know, it doesn't have a plate on it or anything. Got a little too cute and took it out on the street, and naturally 3/4 of a mile down the road, I see a cop and he's turning towards me, and I went, oh fuck, and I floored it, and I flew in here, took my hat off and went outside. I shut the garage door, took my hat off, went outside and started looking, and he drove past. I don't know if I got it on camera or not. But yeah, so that's a hell of a good way to end the video. I'm gonna go over it a little bit to give you more details in case I didn't give you enough, and yeah. Oh man, I really do like this car. I've owned this for a very long time now. 4 years, maybe 5 years. We built it. It's basically been the way it looks right now for 2 years. And it's just been one of those things. I always wanted to upgrade stuff. I always wanted to change stuff. And then the shop just got bigger. YouTube got bigger. And we've just had a bunch of bigger and better projects. When I look at this thing, though, it is hard not to say that's the coolest car I've ever seen. I mean, look at it. It's so fucking cool. If you're not a Porsche person, this obviously is not a real Porsche. It is a fiberglass racing body, kit car, whatever you want to call it. But it's such an exact kit car. I don't like calling them kit cars because no other kit cars can you bolt stock parts to. I got Porsche taillights. They fit perfect. Porsche headlight. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, beside the point. If this was a real Porsche 930, this is a $100,000 car, even in a horrible condition. I mean, I've seen really bad ones sell for like 75 grand. So I don't know that I'll ever own one, even in this shape. I really do love it. But let's go through it so we can do our giveaway and people can understand what they're getting into. It's a fiberglass body. It is titled as a 1971 Volkswagen because the chassis that it's on is a 71 Volkswagen with, I think, a 60 Volkswagen front end. I can't remember. There's videos on this too. Please check my channel. It has, I think these are 19 by 10s, 18 by 10s, big old wide tires, but they do have spacers on them. I got 1-inch spacers on the front, 3-inch spacers on the rear. The reason I did 3-inch spacers on the rear is because they sell a axle kit that is 3 inches longer. So my whole goal was whenever I upgraded the transmission and the motor, I would just put the longer axle kit in. It's been lowered. It is way down. The Volkswagens are real easy to adjust the suspension on. The front suspension is so low, it might need to come up some. I don't remember. It's like I said, I'm not saying I don't remember to not answer the question. It's literally been like 3 or 4 years since I built the chassis. The body I can kind of be more fresh on because I think we did the mirrors and stuff a year or two ago. We trimmed down the rear fenders, or the whatever you want to call them, quarter panel. These actually used to not be flat or came out kind of wonky, and I didn't like it. So we cut that and trimmed it so it actually has really good fitment, and I love it. It has a real glass windshield in that has a crack in it. I didn't have enough money for a rear window at the time, but a rear window will sit in it. This is all Lexan. I bought this from a guy on a Porsche group, and he used them for racing, so I got Lexan rear windows and stuff. And has a roll cage that's not great, just kind of welded together shit. It works. It makes it, you know, semi-safe being in here, but like I said, I was always going to upgrade. The seats are just some Amazon racing seats. And like I said, it has a 57 Chevy truck dash. I think this was out of a boat. I got this on eBay. Custom made shifter because it needs to be back. Y-band and a gauge installed so you can see your air fuel mixture and all that shit. It also has a gauge for the turbo so you can see how much boost you're running. Speedo does work. It basically works the way it should. It just needs driven. Like, the fact that it has old gas in it is a crime in itself. This thing should have just been driven like crazy. And you can tell as the video goes on, I went from it not starting for more than 5 seconds to when the cop didn't show up, it was running for, 5 minutes straight, and we were kind of buzzing it around the parking lot quite a bit. God damn, man, that is such a cool thing. It has underglow on it. It has red halo headlights, I think. I don't remember how to turn the underglow on it, but it has underglow. Yeah, cool. I believe brake lights work. I'm not sure. I'll test them later. Yeah, man, that's my baby. I really like it. But My first car is a 57 Chevy, and I love 57 Chevys. Even though this other 57 Chevy is kind of being a pain in my ass, I am going to sell this one and buy that one. I am going to be doing more giveaways throughout this summer because we just have so many freaking cars around right now. I need to buy a farm where I can put 20 different cars, but for now I got, you know, I'm using all the space I have. I have certain stuff sitting outside that I would never let anyone else sit outside, but we're just kind of running out of room, so shit happens. On to the giveaway portion of the Porsche. If you've never been in one of my giveaways before, let me give you some details. You will go to my website, Caseyscustoms.com, and buy a sticker. When you buy that sticker, you are entered to win. There will only be a certain number of spots that you can enter. Let's say there's only 400. I only sell 400 stickers. It is not an unlimited thing. One thing I don't like about other giveaways is they say, if you spend $10 on our website, you get 10 entries, and then there's just thousands upon thousands of people who enter. You never know who's entered. You really never know who's wins. They just kind of pop up and tell you, hey, John Smith won. I don't like that. So mine have a certain number that you can buy. Let's say there's only 400 spots. You can buy one of the 400. After it hits 400, it's done. Whenever the 400 are filled up, I will post those names in order. So John Smith, you are number 27. So if you buy a sticker, you will see your name on that list, and I will post that list usually a day or two before we even do the drawing. So you can just see there's no silliness. If you bought 3 stickers, you'll be able to find your name 3 different times on that list. Then I will go live. We do all of our drawing live. I use a random number generator, so there's nothing I can change. It's all just random and chance. If this sounds like something you're into, go to Caseyscustoms.com right now. You can get entered to win. This giveaway is going live right now. My giveaways usually fill out in 24 to 48 hours. I've had them fill up as quick as 12 hours and as late as a week or 2. So it's kind of usually goes a lot faster. This is my 7th giveaway that I have done, I believe in the last 2 years. So it's a really well-oiled machine at this point. If there's any of that sounds shady to you and you'd like to watch another giveaway, you can. I have all my giveaways posted on YouTube and Facebook. Just go to my live videos. I believe the last one I did was the 51 Fleet Line. You can actually watch how I do the drawing. Just keep an eye on my socials. You will see the list posted. Once the list is posted, you know we're going to be going live in the next couple of days. If you have any questions at all, shoot me an email, Caseyscustoms@yahoo.com, or you can actually comment on this video. There will be plenty of people to help you. I can help you, or others will too. At this point, because we've had so many of these, there are thousands upon thousands of people who have been entered over the last couple of years of us doing giveaways. So if it sounds like something you want to get into, Caseyscustoms.com, you can buy a chance to win that beautiful, god damn, that's a good looking son of a bitch. Could be yours. If this video was not your style, don't worry. We have so many other projects going on right now. I believe my next video is on a 29 Ford Model A Roadster that I just bought. It kind of gets interesting, as all of them do, so stay tuned. If you are not subscribed, please hit that button now. If you are subscribed, make sure you have your post notifications turned on. That way you will get notified every single time I post a video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff they tell you to do at the end of videos. And check out some of my other videos. If you want to see the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com to get a badass hat or any of the other Casey's Customs merch. Thank you very much for watching. I love you. Peace.
I've been giving to you.